Evaං me sutaං ekaං samayaං bhagavā Savantiyaං viharati jetavane anāthapindikaṃ ārāme Atako aññatara devata abhiṅkantaya rantiya abhiṅkantavanna kevalakampaṃ jetavanaṃ obāsenvā yena bhagavate nupasaṅkamī Upasaṅkaminvā bhagavantaṃ abhivadenvā ekamantaṃ antāsī ekamantaṃ titākosā devatā bhagavantaṃ gātāya anjabāsī Bahudeva manunsāca mangalāni acintayung Akaṅkamānā sontānaṃ brohi mangalamuntamam Asevanāca bālānaṃ panditānaṃ ca sevanā Puja ca pujanīyānaṃ etaṃ mangalamuntamam Patirūpadesavāso ca pumbē ca kata puññatā Anta sammā panidhi ca etaṃ mangalamuntamam Bahu sancaṃ ca simpaṃ ca vinayo ca susiṅkito Subhāsitā ca yāvācā etaṃ mangalamuntamam Mātā pitu upanthānaṃ puntadāraṃ sasaṅgaho Anakulā ca kammantā etaṃ mangalamuntamam Dānaṃ ca dhammacariya ca ñātakānaṃ ca saṅgaho Anavajjāni kammāni etaṃ mangalamuntamam Ārati virati pāpā manjapānā ca saññamo Appamādo ca dhammesu etaṃ mangalamuntamam Gāravo ca nivāto ca santunti ca kataṃ yutā Hālena dhamma savanaṃ etaṃ mangalamuntamam Khanti ca sovacansatā samanānaṃ ca dansanaṃ Hālena dhamma sākañcā etaṃ mangalamuntamam Tapoca Yanca ariya sancāna dansanaṃ Nibbāna sañcikiriyāca etaṃ mangalamuntamam Puntansa loka dhammi Cintaṃ yansana kampati Asokaṃ virajaṃ kemaṃ etang mangalamuntamang etadisani kanvana sambantamaparadita sambanta sonting ganchanti tang desang mangalamuntamang etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang. Karaniya-manta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisaminca sakko juca sujuca suaco can semudo anatimani santun sakoca subharoca ampakincoca sallahu unti santindriyoca nipakoca ampagambo kulesu anunugindo naca kundang samacare kinci yena vinyu pare upadeyum sukino wake mino hontu sambe santa bhavantu sukitanta ikicipane bhutanti tasawatavarawa anavasesa dighawaye mahantawa manjimaran sakanukatula ditthawayewa andinta yeca dure vasanti avidure bhutawa sambhavesiva sambe santa bhavantu sukitanta naparo parang nikumbeta nyati manyita kanta cinang kanci vyarosana patika sanya nyanya manyan sedung keminceya mata yata niyang puntang ayusa eka punta manurangki ewampi sambhabutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanam mintanca sambaloke සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණ උන්දං අදෝච තිරියංච අසංභාදං අවේරං අසපන්තං තින්ඨංචරං නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝවායාවතන්ස විගතමින්දෝ ඊතං සතින් අදින්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාෝ දින්ඨින්ච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දන්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේදං නහි ජාතු ගම්බසේයං පුනරේති. එවං මේ සුතං ඒකං සමයං භගවා සාවන්තියං විහෙරති 제තවනේ අනාථ පින්ඩිකංස ආරාමේ අතකෝ අඤ්ඤතරා දේවතා අබින්කන්තාය රන්තියා අබින්කන්තවන්නා කේවල කම්පං 제තවනං ඕවාසෙන්වා යේන භගවාතේනුපසංකමී උපසංකමින්වා භගවන්තං අභිවාදෙන්වා ඒකමන්තං අන්තාසී ඒකමන්තං තිතාකෝසා දේවතා භගවන්තං ගාතාය අංජබාසී බහුදේවා මනුන්සාච මංගලානි අචින්තයොං ආකංකමානා සොන්තානං බ්‍රෝහි මංගලමුන්තමං අසේවනාච බාලානං පණ්ඩිතානංච සේවනා පූජාච පූජනීයානං ඒතං මංගලමුන්තමං
Namo Buddhaya, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Welcome to SJBA 80th online Sunday Buddha Puja service. Sadhu to those who have been following this weekly online Puja service, and we have been organizing this online service in bringing Dhamma to all the Buddhist devotees, giving the opportunity to listen to the chanting, participating in the Buddha Puja, listening to the Dhamma, and sharing and dedication of merits. Welcome to our Dhamma friends who are following this morning's event. from other states. And I also like to mention our Dhamma friends from KCBA. Good morning. Well, we will hand over to our Puja leader, Sister Ed.
Thank you, Brajwan. Good morning, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Namo Buddhaya. Let us begin with our Sunday Buddha Puja. May we invite Brother Chim to make the offerings to the Buddha. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, if you have prepared your offerings, you may also light your candles or oil lamps and make your offerings to the Buddha. To the other devotees, let us place our palms together in Anjali and have a calm mind. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, let us pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang pujemi, Dhammang pujemi, Sanghang pujemi. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, let us together take refuge in the Triple Gem and observe the 5 precepts. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि मुस्सवादा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि सुरामेरय मच्च पमादत्थाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि इमानि पञ्च सिक्खापदानि समादियामि इमानि पञ्च सिक्खापदानि समादियामि इमानि पञ्च सिक्खापदानि समादियामि साधु 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 इतिपिसो भगवा अरहं सम्मा सम्बुद्धो विद्याचरण सम्पन्नो सुगतो लोकविदु अनुत्तरो पुरिस धम्म सारथि सत्था देव मनुस्सानं बुद्धो भगवाति स्वाकातो भगवता धम्मो सन्दित्तिको अकालिको एहिपस्सिको uppanaiko paccattam veditabbu vinyuhiti Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samicchipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani atta purisa pukkala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyaketang lokasati Vandami chettiyang sabbang sabbatane supatititang Saririka dhatu mahabodhi Buddha rupang sakalang sada Yassa mule nisinnova sabbari vijayang aka Patto sabbanyutang satta Vande tang bodhipadapang Ime ete mahabodhi lokanatena pujita Ahampite namassami Bodhi Raja namatute Ganasarapaditena dipena tamadansina Tilokadipang sambuddhang Pujayami tamonudang Ganda sambara yuttena dupenahang sugandina Pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang Vannaganda gunopetam etang kusuma santating Pujayami munindas siripada saruruhe Pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena mettena chahotu mokkang Puppang milayati yatha idang me kayo tathayati vinassa bhavang Adivasettu no bante paniyang parikapitang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu muttamang Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Achayang kamame bante buripanya tathagata Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Achayang kamame dhamma sanditika akalika Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Achayang kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu
Namo Buddhaya, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. This morning, we are very pleased to have Brother Siang Chye to be first in our Sunday Buddha Puja again. Brother Siang Chye will be giving a Dhamma talk with the title, The Choice of Good and Evil in the Samsara Cycle, Part 2, which is a continuation of Brother Siang Chye's first talk on the same topic on the 5th of December, 2021. For the information of those who may be new to Brother Siang Chye, please allow me to do a short introduction. Brother Siang Chye is the lay Dhamma advisor of Subang Jaya Buddhist Association. He began his formal Buddhist education in the Buddhist Institute, Sunday Dhamma School, Brickfields, Kuala Lumpur. Among his early teachers were the late Venerable K.Sri Dhammananda and Venerable H. Gunaratana. Brother Siang Chye is a former chairman of the Buddhist Missionary Society's Youth Session. He also served in the ESCO of the parent body, BMSM. Brother Siang Chye was the Dhamma Committee Chairman while serving in the ESCO of Subang Jaya Buddhist Association. Currently, he is the director of Nalanda Institute, the education arm of the Nalanda Buddhist Society. Brother Siang Chye is a striving meditator and is active in sharing the Dhamma at various Buddhist centers in Malaysia and Singapore. His talks center around daily practice of the Dhamma and how it transforms one's life. He feels it's important to understand the essential teachings of the Buddha as it gives Buddhists a strong foundation of knowledge which prevents them from wrong interpretation and practice of the Dhamma. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, if you have any questions pertaining to this talk, you may type your questions in the comment section. We shall then invite Brother Siang Chye to answer your questions after the talk. However, due to time constraint, we may not be able to answer all questions, in which case we ask for your understanding and forgiveness. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, we are now pleased to invite Brother Siang Chye to deliver his talk on the choice of good and evil in Samsaric Cycle, Part 2. Over to you, Brother Siang Chye. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Brother Chim, as always, for your very kind introduction. Dear Dhamma friends, brothers and sisters, I continue my sharing, which I began in December 2021. I've been taking a break over the New Year as well as Chinese New Year. And I'm very happy now to be given this opportunity to continue the direction and the sharing over this topic of good and evil, which is existing in human beings. But we now would like to take time to consider what makes us good, what makes us evil, or do things that hurt other people. So that is one of the ways of looking at evil actions. So evil actions actually is what we do, what we do that will hurt, that will make people suffer more and more. So good, we always like to describe it as the actions that make people feel more at ease, feel more happy and more comfortable, which is the opposite of evil actions. Yes, so we continue, and this is the second part of the talk. So now we are looking at the evil aspects of the human being. I started off with a description and a discussion. And so because it was so many weeks ago, I would just like to repeat some of the material that I shared with dear Dhamma friends last year. Next slide, please. So there is the recognition of good and evil. And people think about it in many ways, different cultures, different societies, they approach good and evil and trying to understand good and evil in many different ways. And this has also come under the area of religion. So it is not just society, it is not just the academic people or the intellectual people trying to understand how good and evil works to influence us. The religious people have come into the picture, to try to explain good and evil and to see how they can use good and evil to make us understand why we are here, what we are doing to each other. So here I have said, there are those who see evil as an intrinsic characteristic. It's a very deep sounding word. What it means is that there are people who will describe human beings, there are some human beings, they are deeply evil. They might not be evil all the time, but there is this evil that is part of their existence. So here I have explained it with this passage. It is common to think of evil as a deep part of individuals or groups of people. In other words, there are people who are said to be evil. These people are just described as evil people. So evil is a quality that is part of whom they are. Then there are those who explain evil as an external force. The first one is evil is inside them. They might not look evil, but the evil is working inside them. But when we get to know them, when we interact with them, when we mix with them, they might look quite normal. But the evil is inside them, trying to work, to do bad things. So you cannot see it from their face, but they are thinking about how can I hurt other people. Here, in the second description, it is said that evil comes from outside. There is a power, there is a force that is evil. And the job of this powerful evil is to bluff us, to infect us, like the virus, to infect people to doing bad things. So here it is said that people are very, very innocent, but there are these forces, such as, they have been given names, such as the devil, such as Satan, that goes around whispering in people's ears. They whisper in your ear, do bad things. It's all right. Don't worry. Nobody is going to catch you. You can go ahead and hurt other people. So these are the two explanations that are very, very common in trying to explain evil. So there are those religions. This is now in the area of religion, because the intellectual people, the academics, they might not see it in the same way, but religion tries to explain it like this. So there are some faiths, some religions that teach that once a person is evil, once he has turned to evil, they can never come back to goodness. They can't do it. And they will remain evil forever. Till eternally they will be evil. And they can only come back if they ask for forgiveness from the very powerful almighty being. Then if the all-powerful being forgives them, then only they can come back to join the normal and good people. They cannot become good on their own. So this is the explanation. And if you do some research and read about it and talk to people about it, you will find that it is fairly common among the different people that we know. Next, please. So we very quickly move on to the teachings of the Buddha. We are studying the teachings of the Buddha and trying to practice the Buddha's teachings. So here, very quickly, in the Dhammapada, the Buddha has said, we as Buddhists must try to avoid evil, to cultivate good, and to purify the mind. So the Buddha says these are not external or internal forever. The good and the evil are not forever, either whether they are external, come from outside, or whether they are inside. We are not good forever. We are not evil forever. They are just choices made by human beings because of these the roots in the mind. So evil thoughts may come, the bad thoughts may come, and they may go. And the important thing is, what is the choice we are going to make? Are we going to listen to this, the suggestion of our own thoughts? What is our tendency? What is our habit? What are our practices? So that we either listen and then say yes, or we listen and then we say no to these thoughts that are in our mind. So my dear friends, I'm sure you have some idea about what I'm talking about. The thought can come up in our mind. Do, it's all right, don't worry. And then something will hold us back. No, I cannot do, because it will hurt other people. And then the do, don't worry, enjoy yourself by doing. So now, what is the factor? What is it that will make us either do it or not do it? It is our understanding. Yeah, it is our training, our discipline. What do we understand? What have we learned before about being good? Yeah, about not being evil or being bad. So the teacher, the Buddha, our teacher, the Buddha, was more concerned with the how. How you can accept the good side, how you can maybe even accept the evil side, rather on why it's happening. So the Buddha wanted us, yeah, to be able to understand and then always make the right decision. So this is the nature of the Buddha's teachings. I always say, and you might have heard me say it before, Buddhism is like a swimming lesson. I'm sure some of you have gone to study or get some training in swimming. But what is the purpose of swimming after you have learned it? After you've learned swimming, do you write essay on swimming and discuss with friends about, oh, we swim like this, we swim like that, but never jump into the swimming pool? No, we learn swimming in order to swim. Yeah, when we get into the water, in the sea, in the swimming pool, we want to swim in the water. So that is the Buddha's teachings. Please remember that. The Buddha wanted us to learn swimming and then go and swim. That is the nature of the Buddha's teachings, not to talk about it or discuss about it or write books about it so much, but put it into practice. That is the main thing. So here I have shared that the Buddha was very concerned with the practical aspect of knowing what is good, knowing what is evil, and developing that which will make us better people, good human beings, not disturb others, not bring pain and suffering to their lives, yeah, and trying to be to achieve peace and happiness in ourselves, in our mind. Next, please. Yeah, as I was saying just now, nowadays Buddhism has become an organized religion. And as I said, it is not healthy to think of ourselves as being followers of Thai Buddhism, then followers of Sri Lanka Buddhism, or we are Mahayana, or we are Theravada, or we are Vajrayana. All these schools of Buddhism were created by ourselves. Human beings made Buddhism. What did the Buddha teach? The Buddha taught Dhamma. So it is basic Dhamma. Yeah. So in the early days, the Buddha did not have big temples or monasteries or pagodas or stupas. How did the Buddha teach? Out in the open, under a tree. It was very, very simple and very, very basic. And many of the disciples who listened to the Buddha, trained under the Buddha, took the Buddha's advice. They went immediately to practice. And many of them gained the arahantship, which means they were free. They freed themselves from the evil tendencies. So I would like to say this again. The Buddha's teaching is about basic practice, yeah, understanding and practice. We must go beyond our divided, our communal understanding, yeah, of Buddhism. Because when the Buddha attained enlightenment, yeah, he didn't want to create this Buddhism, that Buddhism, yeah, Buddhism with big temple, Buddhism with small temple, Buddhism that wear yellow robes, Buddhism that wear gray robes. He did not do that. All he wanted was teach people, do good, avoid evil, purify your mind. It was as simple as that. Because the Dhamma is the Dhamma of the universe. The Dhamma that the Buddha taught is not the Dhamma belonging only to one group of people, yeah, who will always say, my Dhamma is right. That is not the approach to the Buddha's teachings. And so when we see the truth is for everybody. The truth is not just for one group of people alone. So let us think about that, and free ourselves from thinking, this is the right way of Buddhism, and that is the wrong way of Buddhism. We must not have this kind of opinions and ideas. There is only the Dhamma which the Buddha taught, and that is the Dhamma that we must understand. Do good, avoid evil, purify the mind. This is what we must practice. Next, please. Next slide, please. So now let's take a look again at the effects of karma, because karma is an important part of understanding good and evil. Because the Buddha taught us the system of karma, he did say, if you do good things, you will get good results. It is very, very clear what the Buddha, how the Buddha explained. Why did the Buddha teach this? The Buddha taught the working of karma because he could see it. When he gave the enlightenment, during the time that he was striving for enlightenment, he was able to see his past life. Then he could see the past lives of other living beings, and the quality, the ability to see why some people are like this. Some people, they might be very beautiful, they might be very tall, they might be very rich, they might be very successful. And the Buddha looked at why they are like this. So they are like this because they have done good things in the past. And the Buddha looked at those people who were suffering, who had nothing, who had to starve and was in pain. And the Buddha used his mind to look at them. Why were they like this? And in the same way, they are suffering and in pain, and having great difficulty because in the past, either they had not done good actions, good deeds, or they went and made others suffer. So because when they made others not be happy, have a really, really difficult time in their lives, the people who did it have the result that they are also suffering. So this is something which the Buddha saw with his supernormal abilities. And then understanding this, because he saw it right in front of him through his eyes, the mental eye, he could see it. He explained to us, if you do good, that's why he said, do good, avoid evil, purify your mind. The very, very basics is these are the teachings. So it came from the ability to actually see. If you are doing if you are cheating people, in the future, you will not have an easy life. So the Buddha saw this from different beings. He also saw it in himself. What he did that was wrong, many, many lifetimes ago, he had to pay the price. The results came to him. And then he understood. This is the working of, he used the word karma. In Sanskrit, it's karma. But he used this Pali word karma. So he explained it and people began to understand it. And some people are able to see past lives. So they also know why they are in the present situation. Either very comfortable, very rich, enjoying life, or in a very, very poor state, having difficulty. Day to day, they are struggling to survive. That's how the Buddha explains it to us. Next slide, please. So the Buddha said, good and virtuous actions come from the mind, and they are called succarita. Su means good. Charita means their actions. So su charita are good actions. They will have good results. Du charita, they are the unvirtuous, unwholesome actions, and they will give rise to what we call akusala karma. So today we will go deeper into our understanding of akusala karma. So karma is impartial. That means karma doesn't just like somebody and then make the life comfortable. Karma is what we do. Yeah, there is no preference in the karma. When we do something, we will get back the results. But the thing also is, my dear Dhamma friends, it's not that I slap you, you slap me. That is karma. It's more than that. It is also our intention. When we have very strong intention, the karma that comes back to us is also very, very strong. When we do something just because somebody tells us to do, we really don't want to do it. But somebody said you must do it. So unhappily, we do the wrong thing. The karma that comes back because we don't have the strong intention is different from the karma that results from really wanting to do it, really desiring to hurt others, to do bad things to others. So that result will be very, very great. That result is very strong and makes the person suffer greatly. Rather than just do it and then not really thinking about it and then see the results. The results will follow us, but it might not be a very great result. Next, please. So akusala, please remember, is that which is not good. Not good. Please. Next slide. Next slide. So, as shown here, as I said, the intention is very important. What do you want to do it? That wanting to do is actually our intention. Sometimes we want to do something and then we plan it. We think I shall do it this way, I shall do it that way. And it stays a long time in our minds. So that intention is very, very strong. You find ways and means to do it. So because of that strong intention, the result is very strong. So it's not just about unwholesome and bad karma. We might spend a long time thinking about good things. How can I help people? How can I make people suffer less? How can I make their lives even more comfortable and happy? So when you keep thinking like that, the karma becomes very, very strong. Because you are always on the path of wanting to help others, wanting to make them have a good life, wanting to make them suffer less, so that they can enjoy their life as a human being. That is good intention. But if you are planning to hurt others, for example, during the Second World War, I have mentioned this before, the chancellor, the leader of Germany, Adolf Hitler, he hated the Jewish people. So in his mind, he was planning for many, many years. How do I get rid of all the Jewish people in the world? Of course, he didn't kill every Jew in the world, but he did succeed in killing 6 million Jews. And then he got his friends, his followers, people who believe in him, to help him do it. And then he saw that they were helping him do it. That mind is totally taken over by the evil thoughts. And so now we know that he is dead, or history tells us he killed himself. If he is dead now, he should be reborn in the place of great suffering, because he planned so many years about how to kill people, how to make them suffer, how to bring pain to them. His mind was working and working and working. And so because he was in a position of power, due to some good karma, he used it to make others suffer. So right now, we believe, it is our understanding, he is suffering. So it came from his own thoughts, his own planning. This way of thinking did not come from outside. Not that some small evil spirit went and whisper in his ear, Jews are bad people, you must kill them. No, it was in his mind. He was full of hatred towards them. So he wanted to get rid of all the Jews in the world. So we believe now he is undergoing great suffering due to the akusala karma. This is the Pali word. He is paying for it, due to having done akusala actions, actions that are not wholesome and not towards progress. So here you can see, we can look at ourselves. Our big worry or our big decision during the day is, what shall I eat for lunch? The other day, my friend, he was asking, I don't know what to eat for lunch. Isn't that a wonderful question to ask? What shall I eat? Because there are people in the world who are thinking, do I eat today? They are not sure whether they are going to eat. But we here in this country always think, okay, shall I eat this? Shall I eat that? All kinds of things we can choose and eat. That means we have a lot of kusala karma, not akusala karma. Kusala karma makes us, allows us, opens the way for us to be comfortable and happy. So we must understand this and do more and more good karma, so that our future lives, even our future in this life, can be more and more comfortable. Next, please. So there is the verse in the Dhammapada that goes, by oneself is evil done, by oneself is one defiled, by oneself is evil left undone, by oneself indeed is one purified. Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one purifies another. So therefore, we are responsible. We must take the responsibility. We must understand this, that we are responsible for our good and bad results. Our suffering and as well as our happiness is what we have done. Karma is impartial. Karma doesn't really take sides. If you do good, you will get good. If you do bad, you will get bad. So some people don't quite understand it. And there are people, my dear Dhamma friends, who don't believe in karma. They also think that this life, there is only one life. There is only one life. And we must enjoy this life as much as possible. So therefore, they will go and do whatever makes them happy, even though it will hurt others. So this is a very narrow, very selfish way of thinking. This is not a wholesome thinking. So they will just do whatever makes them happy. They don't understand about karma, about their future. So we have been taught karma by the Buddha, and therefore we have this knowledge. We know about it. So therefore we must be more careful about what we are doing. Next, please. So we go into understanding akusala karma. What is it that we do to hurt others, and what is the background and the thinking that makes it a real unwholesome karma with very, very powerful suffering results. That is an important knowledge for us, so that when we know, we will avoid it. When we don't know, we just take it. There are so many people in our lives who don't really believe in karma. Yeah, so they will just do whatever they want to do. Yeah, let's do it because today we are alive. Tomorrow we might be dead. Yeah, let us do something to enjoy ourselves. And if it hurts other people, well, it's just too bad now. Yeah, that is the thinking of many people who don't have an understanding of good and bad. Yeah, who don't have an understanding of the working of karma. Okay, next please, brother. So these are the 10 akusala karma. The Buddha has defined it. Through the physical means, there are killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. And we'll go through this in detail. So these are the actions we can hurt others that will bring us unwholesome, painful results in the future. Then through the mouth, there is lying. You don't tell the truth. You bring tales, to others. That means we go to one person and say that person is talking bad about you, and then we go to that other person and say, just now that person talked bad about you. So these two people, they hate each other because of what we did. They have a misunderstanding and then they fight. And then we feel very happy about that. Oh, I made these two fight each other. And I like it very much. So there are those people who are very, very persuasive. They are very good at persuading people, to go and disturb other people. And so their karma, when that thing happens, the disturbance happens, people fight each other, hurt each other, they throw things at each other and they try to kill each other, and this person enjoys it, that future karma cannot be good. It is a really, really bad result waiting for the person, just waiting, and this karma is in the universe. Is our mind is in the universe. It is not kept by some bookkeeper. And sometimes we think there's a bookkeeper. He did bad, he did good. No, this karma is a force. That is in the universe. That will keep track. That keep track of what we are doing. Then there is harsh language. That brings also a lot of unwholesome, evil karma to us. We scold other people. We use bad language. You use bad words. The expression is very bad. It's very harsh towards other people. And so even let's say, we want to teach people how to do things. There is the good way of teaching, the gentle way of teaching, and then there is the harsh way of teaching others. So if we, to tell you the truth, when I became a teacher, we were preparing for university teaching. My instructor said to me, we are teaching you different ways to teach others. There are many approaches and philosophies, and also many strategies. But if you become a teacher without knowing the different ways to teach, you will use the way that other people taught you. You will fall back on what you know about teaching, which is your own experience, to teach others. That's why if we become teachers, we must open ourselves to a whole range of teaching strategies. Then we know, for this, I use a strategy. For children, I will use this strategy. For adults, I will use a different type of approach, because there is a philosophy, there is a different way to teach adults. But if we don't learn teaching properly, we will just teach others the way that we were taught. Yeah, and sometimes in the early days, in those days, the teaching was very, very harsh. Yeah, our teachers were very tough on us. Yeah, which maybe is a good thing, but you must balance it with nice words as well. Yeah, but there are those who were actually taught the hard way. They were beaten, they were scolded. And so now, when we teach in any place, we also use back the old tactics, that we know from our teachers. So the harsh language, will bring akusala karma. It is an akusala karma. We have to be very aware about that. We must know that. Yeah, and it's not just about teaching. When we converse with people and we use harsh words, to tell people about what we are thinking, so that we can influence them and make them do things, the result also will be that people will be harsh towards us. They won't be friendly. They won't be gentle. Yeah, they won't be, shall we say, they won't be nice to us. Yeah, they will be very hard on us. And nobody likes to be shouted at. Yeah, nobody likes the harsh part of the language. Yeah, the sound of the voice also can be harsh. The words we use also can be harsh. Then there is frivolous talk. Frivolous talk means, basically, when people want to do something useful, you go and chit chat with them until they don't do the work. Yeah, you divert their attention. You just want to chit chat about all kinds of things, which is not beneficial. So we must use our words, in a beneficial way. That's what the Buddha was trying to tell us. Now, it's not about catching up with old friends. Sometimes we don't see friends for a long time, and then we ask, "How are you? How is that friend? How is your family?" Yeah, that is useful speech. But when somebody is planning, thinking about something very, very urgent, or something very useful, and then you go and talk to him, and then he likes to talk to you, and then he forgets about the work that he wants to do. That is called frivolous talk. Then the mental aspect, there is covetousness. Covetousness means you are so engrossed, you like this thing or this person so much, it always keeps coming up. I must have. If I don't have, I cannot live. I will die better. That kind of thinking is called covetousness. It is not normal wanting things. It is consuming you. It takes over your thinking. Must have. Yeah. So some people, they want position. So they covet that position in the society. So they keep on thinking, I must have. So they are willing to do all kinds of things, to get what they want. So they start planning, I will destroy this, I will destroy that, I will get rid of all these people who stand in my way. Yeah. So that is called covetousness. Ill will means you just have very angry thoughts towards other people, and it is not good, to have ill will. That means to say, you are always angry. There is always some aversion, some ill will, towards one person or a group of people. So the anger always comes up in your mind. The minute you even think of the person, anger, will envelope, take over the mind. So that is not good. And we know that when we are angry so much, our body chemistry will also change. The body secretes, our body will let go, certain chemicals that will make our body suffer. When these chemicals mix with our blood and go to all our organs. And sometimes when we are angry, you can see the face turning black. Yeah, the face actually become black. But some people, they are not aware, yeah, of their own anger. Then you ask them, why are you so angry? They say, no, I'm not angry. You know, why you say I'm angry? So they don't understand the emotion that is taking over the mind. Yeah. And so that doesn't bring good results. Yeah, there are some people who are very, very hateful. They are so hateful, they hate, one person or group of people until they will do number one, they will kill. They will kill that person. They will make the person suffer first, yeah, and then kill. So you know, during the wars, yeah, there are those people who enjoy hurting others, and then there is ill will towards another group. Maybe for years and generations they have been fighting. They will always think, how can I kill people from that group? Yeah, you can see it also in the sometimes Chinese films. You kill my father, yeah, or my family, and I must take revenge. Oh, sour. And then in the mind, this person learns the martial arts and then try to take revenge by killing the other person. So ill will is in that person's mind. They are not learning things for their own enjoyment. They are learning things to, I want to kill him. I want to take revenge. So the ill will is the motivation, is the driving factor, yeah, in our mind, in that person's minds. That is very unwholesome and very dangerous. Then there are wrong views. Wrong views are views that even when they know the truth, when they can see the truth, they deny the truth. They just close their eyes towards the truth. So there are people who live in this world, yeah, with a lot of wrong view, and therefore they suffer because of it. So my dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, we also, because we are not enlightened, we are not awakened, we also have wrong view. Even as we listen to talks on the Dhamma, we cannot 100% understand. That is due to our wrong view. So this is why we have suffering, because of the wrong view. So we must learn more. We must study more. We must practice more. We must purify the mind so that we get rid of all these wrong views. And when we have less wrong view, we will not suffer so much. We will not have so much akusala karma. So let me go into detail. Next slide, please. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of time. What are the roots? Why are we doing this? Why do we do akusala karma? The roots are in our mind. Deep in our mind are these things that we call defilements. Yeah, they are some kind of behavior pattern. They are some kind of evil. We use the word evil. Yeah, it should be unwholesome energy in our minds. It is very, very deep in our existence. There are three of them, and they are called greed, hatred, and delusion. Lobha, dosa, and moha in Pali. These are the roots. And because we have these roots, our thinking and our acting, our behavior will not be 100% wholesome. They will make our thinking and our speech, as well as our actions, unwholesome. So this is an important teaching to remember. This is what the Buddha explained to us. So we look at it this way, and I like to explain it in technological terms. If we have a virus, not the COVID virus, if we have an electronic virus written that came into our computer system, went into the motherboard, or the operating system of our computer. Whatever we produce, when we do documents, we write documents, when we create new instructions, the virus will go and disturb those things. It will never be pure or original default setting, from the factory. It has infected the computer, and so whatever we produce using the computer is infected. Therefore, we must try, according to the Buddha's teachings, to lessen it through our study, and our practice. So in our habits, we can understand how these things disturb us. The evil roots, the roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. And sometimes nobody disturbs us from the outside. We disturb ourselves by remembering things from the past. Oh, so and so, what's his name? He insulted me when I was 15 years old. He said all these bad things, and then we remember it. Then we get angry. So the hatred, the dosa, becomes stronger and stronger in us. And then we think, if I meet him again, I will do something towards him. So this greed, hatred, delusion is sometimes very active, and we can see it, if we are mindful enough, we can see the greed, the hatred, and the delusion. But there are times these three evil roots are very quiet. They are hiding. They are lurking, or they are sitting and about somewhere, waiting for the chance to infect us. Not the COVID virus, but the evil actions that we do. So anyone who has not got rid of the greed, hatred, and delusion, we think that we are good people. But because these things, when these things come up, we can do anything. We can do any evil and unwholesome act. Right now, we think, I won't ever do it. But when we are angry enough, when we are greedy enough, when we are deluded enough, we can do all kinds of evil. Now we are in control. We are relatively contented and peaceful. But when these things are stirred up in us, somebody or something makes us very, very greedy or angry or deluded, we cannot guarantee, I also cannot guarantee that I won't do any bad actions, any extremely evil actions, unwholesome actions, because I know I haven't got rid of it. So it's waiting inside us. So we must disinfect. We must get rid of the virus in our operating system with the sublime Dhamma. If we study and practice more, it will become less and less and less. Until we can say, I am now in control. I will never do any unwholesome actions. Next, please. So we go a little bit deeper, and this is what the Buddha said. In the Buddha's teachings, there's no such thing as eternal hell. Some people say, you do this wrong thing, you will go to hell forever, and you will be burning and suffering in hell. And those people who are ignorant, they get very scared and worried. And because they are scared and worried, they dare not do anything against what they have been taught. But the Buddha said, no, you must understand these things inside us, our thoughts, our tendencies, our mental states. We must try and control as well as get rid of them. Let them go. Through the training the Buddha has given to us. The Buddha didn't say, now you got problems. These are your problems. Just too bad. The Buddha didn't just say that. The Buddha said, you have all these tendencies. Now I, as the teacher, will give you the medicine. I will show you the way out of doing these things. And in the Buddhist system, in the Buddhist teachings, there is no totally bad person. We don't accept that there is a very, very 100% never can bring back or cure this person, bad person. No. Yeah. The Buddha does say, on the other hand, there are 100% good people. There are 100% pure people. There are people who will never, ever do a bad action, an evil action. And who are they? These are the Arahants, the Arahants who have gotten rid of the greed, of the anger, of their delusion. So if you force them to do something bad, they say, you kill me, never mind. I won't do this bad thing. Because there is no motivation to do the bad action for the Arahant. So that's our objective, dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Yeah, our objective is to attain this state so that we are free from all kinds of evil. We are free from suffering. There are really, really 100% good people in the world, but there are no bad 100% evil people in this world. That, is optimistic teachings. we are not taught that we are totally bad. Cannot be, no such thing, in the Buddha's teachings. But there are those who are totally pure, totally good. Next, please. So these are the three unwholesome roots. Let me just go through it, so that there is a deeper understanding. When we talk about greed, greed has the characteristic of grasping. When we want something, there is craving, we grasp it. It is like our hand want to hold it, want to bring it towards us. It can be an object, it can be a person. We might have desire for a person. So in our mind, I must have it. So we grab the idea of the person. The function is, how it functions is, it sticks. When we want something, it sticks to it and want to draw it closer to us. And like the Buddha said, like meat put in a hot pan. Have you ever cooked meat in a totally sizzling pan, like sizzling steak like that? You put the meat there, the meat gets burnt and then it gets stuck. So, loba, I use the Pali word, is like that. It sticks. And then it cannot be taken off again. It is manifested. How is it shown? How do we recognize it? As not giving up. We want it so much that we are not going to give up. You can see the children, when they want a toy, they don't give up. I want. And then they throw temper tantrums. Even in the shopping mall, I've seen children, they fall on the floor, cry, shout. And the mother doesn't know what to do with this child. I want. And the mother said, no, I can't give it to you. I won't buy it to you. Then the child fall on the floor, start screaming, start yelling. So it's not giving up. This child doesn't want to give up. And what is the cause? What causes it? Okay, loba is the cause. But what motivates the loba? It is seeing enjoyment. When I have it, I will enjoy it. I must get it. If I don't have it, I cannot enjoy. So when you give it to me, I'm so happy. Sifok saya. So I will enjoy it when I get it. That is the cause of it. We are thinking, when I get it, I will be happy. I will be contented. I will, use it for my enjoyment. So, this is how it works. And this is found in the Visuddhi Magga, or the path of purification. Next, please. Next slide, please. Hatred. Hatred has the characteristic of savageness. Savageness means you are like those wild animals, angry and vicious and violent. Yeah, anger is like that. It has this characteristic. Like a provoked snake. You go and disturb the cobra, yeah, it's angry at you. What is the function? The function of hatred is to spread and burn. It is so angry, it goes out and burns like a forest fire. Angry, angry, angry. Burn, burn, burn. Yeah, like a forest fire, burn the trees, burn the leaves, burn the ground, burn the poor animals in the forest as well. Burn also. You know, like the birds, the squirrel, all get burnt. This is the nature of our anger. Once it goes out, it will spread and it will burn. How do you manifest it? Yeah, how does it come forward? It is persecuting. It is always finding fault. You are wrong. You are no good. This is the way hatred manifests itself. Yeah, like an enemy that has got a chance. You know, like I said, in the Chinese films, the person wants to take revenge. So he learned all the martial arts, and finally he corner the person that he hates. So the minute he is now, the moment he has cornered this person, the anger is persecuting. Yeah, you have done this to me. You have made me suffer. You have killed my family. The thinking is like this. So the persecution, yeah, comes into the mind. So the cause is the grounds for irritation or annoyance. Yeah, what are the reasons that you have to hate this person? Yeah, that is the cause of it. There must be some reason. Yeah, maybe the person has hurt you before. Maybe the person has taken away things or stolen things or stopped you from getting things. There is a reason. So the hatred, the anger, the ill will, aversion starts to grow and burn. It burns us first. It burns the person, then only burns the outside. Next, please. Then the delusion. This is the hardest one to see because we don't know, the deluded people, the silly people don't know that they are silly. If they know they are silly, then at least they are not so silly. But we are like that. We are so silly, but we don't know we are silly. We don't know we are stupid. We are deluded, but we don't know we are deluded. So what do? We carry on. We go on the way that we think, yeah, is good for us without considering there is something else for us to learn, something else for us to see. Okay, so the characteristic, what is it like? Is blindness. We are blind. We cannot see. Even though somebody try to explain to us, the blindness is there. It is a covering in front of the eyes. So we don't know. Here is this. We don't know. The function, how it moves or works is cannot go inside. It just always stay outside. It conceals the true nature of the object, covered. You cannot go inside to see what it is. It is manifested. How does it show itself? By no right view, always having wrong view, always saying the wrong thing, thinking the wrong thing. That is how it is manifested. You know, like us, we go and say all kinds of things which the Buddha did not say. Like, you know, now on the internet, yeah, there are all kinds of sayings, and then they put there like this, like this, like this. Who is the person? The Buddha. So it's not the right thing to do. Yeah, but they always think that the Buddha has wise words. So it is not to say bad, but it is not wise. Yeah, to say that the Buddha said things he didn't say. It is not. It is delusion. Yeah, that makes a person say such things. Yeah, there are many people who, when they want to explain things, we have to be very careful when we are explaining Dhamma to others. There are those who said, the Buddha said this. So therefore, they use the Buddha as the source of their idea. This is delusion. We cannot do such things because the result of delusion is more delusion. So in the future, the karma makes us even more stupid when we do things like that. We have to be very careful. Yeah, as when we share Dhamma, we must be sure, yeah, of what we are saying. Yeah. So it is manifested by darkness. Its proximate cause is unwise attention. That's not so easy to understand. Why do we have delusion? Is because we are always thinking of the wrong thing. We give wrong attention to that which is not profitable to us. So this is how it comes about. Please, my dear Dhamma friends, remember and be aware of the three unwholesome roots, yeah, in us, so that we can, with mindfulness, yeah, not be so easily influenced by the three evil roots. But it is not easy. It takes a lot of practice. So this is our work that we need to do. We must practice and be aware of the greed, the delusion, as well as the anger, aversion, yeah, in us. So with that, we've come, my time is up. There is more for me to share, and I will share and explain the rest, yeah, in another talk. Yeah, so we will schedule the next talk to continue our investigation or understanding of the akusala karma. Then only I will move to the kusala karma. What are the good things that make us, yeah, so healthy and successful and having the opportunity to enjoy? So we must know that. But first, we must know what to avoid. Then we must know what to do for our own successful life. Yeah. With that, I thank you, dear Dhamma brothers and sisters, for your kind attention. I'll hand you back to Brother Chim.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Brother Siang Chye. Thank you very much for the very interesting, inspirational and insightful talk this morning, enriching our understanding of the what and the why of good and evil, and how to make our choice of doing good instead of doing evil. We shall now proceed with the Q&A. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, if you have any questions, you may type your questions in the comment box. Is there any questions? Brother Alfred? Brother Siang Chye, Buddhism as an organized religion is now divided into many schools of different traditions. Can we progress more successfully spiritually, learning and practicing in just one center or one Dhamma center, or moving around to learn and practice at different centers? Maybe of different
Yes.
school, different tradition.
Yes. Well, the way I will tell you my opinion, and then you can make up your mind, because what works for me maybe doesn't work for others, right? And because I also have not got or have not attained, the full right view. And a person that doesn't have full right view sometimes will make mistake. So be very aware of my mistake So think carefully first after you listen to me. Yeah. What I think is that when the Buddha was alive, the teachings came directly from him. So that is pure Dhamma, and we call that early Buddhism. Yeah, the scholars and the academicians now they call that period the early Buddhism. And after the Buddha passed away, and even as he was passing away, there were some not very learned monks who said, once the Buddha passes away, we can do whatever we like. Yeah, this sort of comments were said when the Buddha passed away. So you can see that there were those who were not who did not attain full arahatship. Those that didn't attain full arahatship or did not attain any type of awakening, they came into the sangha to be monks because of certain privileges. They saw that the sangha was being looked after very well. They were very comfortable. So they just became monks like that. Like now, you can see in certain Buddhist countries, many people become monks so that they can eat. They are starving. So the family give this boy to the temple. So at least when he become a monk, he can have something to eat, not starve like the family or have very little to eat. So these people, these monks, they were not learned, they were not arahants. So they had the idea of wanting to change things, to make life easier for themselves. So that's when the change started to happen. Due to the ignorance of people. Not because the Dhamma is flawed, not because the Dhamma is not pure. The Dhamma is taught by the Buddha is perfect. But the human beings began to change things to suit their own desire, their own understanding. So now what we must do is, and also there are the cultural changes. We cannot deny that. I mean, when the disciples took Buddhism, the Buddha's teachings, to places such as China, to Japan, to Korea, it must have some cultural modifications so that people can still keep their traditions and practice Buddhism. When he went to Tibet, it changed quite a lot as well, having different ways. So we must accept the cultural adaptations of the different schools. For example, in the Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, they don't eat after the midday meal. That means after they have one meal or lunch, then they don't eat for the rest of the day. You can do that in a hot climate, but in a cold climate, if you don't have the dinner, you will be very, very cold. When I lived in the cold countries, around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock during winter, I was thinking, what can I eat so that I can warm myself up, to get through the night, to sleep properly. If not, it's so cold and then your stomach is empty, how to sleep, like that. So there are cultural adaptations that we respect, that must take place. But what happens is, there is the change brought about by our own people. And so we must be very careful, about what we are learning. Now, the important thing is we study the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. The Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path are supposed to, according to how the Buddha taught it, are supposed to bring us to see the ultimate truth. the truth of existence, the truth of reality. So if we practice the Noble Eightfold Path truly according to its spirit and its instruction, we will be able to see that which is true. That is enough for us. The Noble Eightfold Path of right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, concentration, if we practice it truly, will bring us to see that which is true. So we cannot move away as Buddhists who want to practice, who want to know the truth. We cannot move away from the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. Because as we practice the Noble Eightfold Path, we begin, those who are really, really devoted to practice, we begin to cut away the delusion and we begin to see what is actually true. And once we have connected to the reality of truth, or even the truth of reality, what the Buddha taught, it is like the Buddha is here in front of us, teaching us, telling us, what we should be practicing and seeing. So value the Noble Eightfold Path, value the Four Noble Truths. Wherever you go, whatever Buddhist center or Dhamma center, or even, whether it is a Theravada center, I cannot say the Theravada is 100% pure. I cannot say the Mahayana is 100% pure. You cannot say the Vajrayana is 100% pure. Why? Because we have our own interpretations. Human beings have their own interpretations. What is important always are the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, because this is what will bring us to the objectives of the Buddha. And therefore, when we practice hard, when we experience the results of the practice, when we can see not just through these eyes, but through the Dhamma eye, the truth of reality, then we can say that we have less greed, less hatred, and less delusion. We become nearer to the Buddha. We become nearer to the Buddha's objectives of teaching to the world. So it's important. So first of all, study. You can study and then make sure that you also practice. And what do you practice? You practice the Noble Eightfold Path. You must practice, right from the beginning, to the middle, to the end, and then it will loop back to the beginning again. So when you can practice like this, eventually there will be some results. And the results will make you confident that you are on the right path. But if you go and do other things other than the Noble Eightfold Path, then I do not know what will be your results. You cannot be sure of the results. What the results the Buddha talked about. The Buddha presented and offered to us, these are the results. The results of having less lobha, moha, dosa. What are they? I just explained. Less greed, less hatred, and less delusion. So when you have less of these things, you know you are on the right path. But when you start to practice and you get more greed, craving, and you get more anger, even anger towards other Buddhists in the same organization, and you get more confused and deluded, we cannot say we are on the right path. We must be very careful, about this. So this is my idea, my opinions. So I offer it to you. Yeah, hopefully you can think about it. But if you don't think it makes sense, then you are free to let it go. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you, Sadhu Brother Siang Chye. I think it's a very good, very profound and very detailed answer to a good question that make us more discerning in our choice of a way to go, to learn and practice the Dhamma. We have the next question, Brother Alfred. Brother Siang Chye, if the evil roots of great hatred and delusion are so dangerous to one's spiritual progress, and it is so difficult for us to overcome such evil roots, how can we lessen its influence on us instead?
Yes, yeah. In the same way, we must, of course, it is, as the Buddha said, we must embark on the journey of pariyati, patipati, pativeda. Yeah, these are three Pali words, which means we must study. Study means pariyati. Pariyati means study. We must study under reputable teachers. Yeah, we must study under the teachers that have studied under good teachers also. Sometimes I am very shocked, to tell you the truth. I am very shocked because people tell me at this center, at this well-known place, I have studied under one particular teacher. And the teacher said this to me. And when I heard this person tell me that they went to well-known Buddhist center and there was a teacher there who taught this thing, which I cannot accept. I know that even when you go to a reputable center, that teacher is not teaching the right thing. I got a shock. Huh? You learn this at this place? Who is the teacher? Oh, the teacher is this one. Then I said, I wonder where this person learned the Dhamma from, because it is clearly, to me, not the right teaching. So you must trust the teacher, that this teacher learned from other reputable teachers. So when we have learned that we can trust a person, they have the right knowledge, they are also practicing the Dhamma, they are not just academics who learn, got PhD, all that, masters, all that, but they never practice the Buddha's teachings, then we have to be a bit careful. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, we don't just go for the academic experts or the academic teaching. This person must practice, must really put into practice what he has heard. So when we learn from such teachers about the Noble Eightfold Path, how to practice the Noble Eightfold Path, then we can see the greed, the hatred, and the delusion coming down. We are not so crazy. Sometimes people will say to us, the Buddha didn't teach this. Then we look at them and say, are you sure? Then we don't get angry. We don't get into a fight. We don't get into an argument. You just say, okay, yeah, my friend, that is your belief. Yeah, you can take your belief and do whatever you want. Yeah. So according to your understanding, according to your teacher's understanding, who have learned it from a more reputable teacher, you must be discerning. You must have this ability to analyze and think, whether according to what you have read, according to what you have heard, according to what you have learned, this is the right way. And the right way is the teacher must always have the results of less greed, less hatred, less delusion. Or if you are able to find a wonderful Arahant teacher, no greed, no hatred, no delusion, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to you if you can find such a teacher. But we are doing our duty to the community, although we still have greed. Yeah, we still have anger and we still have delusion. We are sharing with the community what we have learned from the good teachers, the wonderful and experienced teachers. And we are trying to practice ourselves. So when we can see that we are not so crazy about things, when we are less angry in our lives, our delusion can be discerned. Oh, I don't understand this. Actually, the delusion is quite an interesting quality. Delusion is like a blurriness in our mind. You can see when your mind is able to be sharp, when your mind is sharp, you can experience the delusion as a blurriness. You want to see through, but cannot. Why? Because there is a barrier of blurriness, blurred vision in the mind. So that blurred vision is delusion. So we work hard in order to overcome that delusion. And so when we have less of it, our lives will be much happier. Our life will be much more in harmony with the Dhamma. Our lives will be more contented. Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Brother Siang Chye. For the very good advice. We'll go for the last question. Brother Siang Chye, actually, we still have many questions actually, but due to time constraint, I think we just have one more last question. Okay. Daily we face challenges and temptations in life, let it be working, social, neighborhood, etc. When temptation arises, what should we do? Also, when the mind is full of lust and jealousy, how to deal with these issues?
Oh, yes. Well, when we learn the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, the Noble Eightfold Path offers to us the middle way, Majjhima Patipada. So the middle way means to us as lay people, we haven't shaved our hair and put on the orange robes. They have their middle path. Our middle path is to make sure we observe precepts. We are good to each other. In the family, in the community. We try to be as wholesome in our thoughts, words, and deeds as possible. So there is a middle path. But it doesn't mean that we cannot go out there and earn a living. It doesn't mean that we avoid all kinds of people. It doesn't mean that. So we haven't renounced, so we must go out there. We must work with others. We face a lot of challenges. We face a lot of temptations. So facing this, we go back to our understanding of the middle path. What can we do? Important thing is never break 5 precepts. In whatever work that you do, don't break the 5 precepts. That is the answer that I can give you in this short time. Then, when you don't break the 5 precepts, try your best not to break the 5 precepts. After that, go and study. You must study and you must study in a comprehensive way. That means don't just listen here, listen there. Study the Buddha's teachings in a structured, in a very connected, and logical way. Then we can see the Buddha advises us, especially in the Sigalovada Sutta. There is many advices. What should we avoid? What should we do? That he gave to lay people. These advice are not just for the monks, they are for the lay people. Be very careful of this. Like he said, don't go and wander in the town until the late hours. Don't get drunk until you don't know the way home. All these things the Buddha gave us as the advice. So if we observe the 5 precepts, we already cut off a lot of the things that we should not do. So it is not so simple. I can understand, because some people said, you want to do business, you have to lie. You have to bluff people. But I can assure you, Brother Chim is a very successful businessman. He doesn't lie to his customers. So you can be successful without lying, without cheating, to people. Because if people know that you lie and cheat, they will not come back to you. You will only have one-time business. You will only make the money one time. And when they discover you have cheated them, you can forget about having them come back to you. Like for example, I went to buy fruits in a store last time. So I pick up the oranges. The oranges, I understand, when I examine them, were the good oranges. So I handed them to the storekeeper. Then he gave me a plastic bag of oranges. When I got home, I found that some of them were rotten. He cheated me. These are not the oranges I chose. I never go back to that store. Never give him any more business. He cheat me one time. I'm not stupid enough to be cheated second time. So his business, from me is cut. So we know that there are certain things we should not do, even in our working life, even though it is tempting, to break the 5 precepts. So we know that if we keep the 5 precepts, we already know we are on the right path, and we are already avoiding a lot of dangers and pitfalls, bad results, akusala karma. So keep to the 5 precepts, and we already protect ourselves quite a lot. So there's more to say. I don't have the time, but go and read up or go and find out what the Buddha said in the suttas such as Sigalova, the sutta, and the suttas for lay people. Thank you for that.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Once again, thank you, Brother Siang Chye, for the very interesting, inspirational Dhamma talk this morning. So mentally and spiritual enriching talk, and also the profound and enlightening answers to our questions. I think so many of us have learned so much this morning, and on behalf of all the devotees this morning, I wish to express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Brother Siang Chye. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Wonderful talk. The choice of good and evil in the Samsara cycle, part 2. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, we have participated in the Sunday Buddha Puja service. With a calm mind, we have been listening to the Dhamma talk. With the merits accrued, let us share and dedicate the merits to all living and departed relatives, family and friends, and all beings. May they be free from harm and danger. Sharing of merits. Imang no punya bagang mata pitunancha acharyanancha sabba satanancha sabba mitanancha sabba nyatinancha sabba petanancha sabba devatanancha Bhajema Imano punya bagang Sabba satanang dema Sabbe sata sukita hontu. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Idang me punyang asavakaya vahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibbanasa pacayo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, before we end, let us pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang pujemi, Dhammang pujemi, Sanghang pujemi. Thank you very much for all our brothers and sisters in Dhamma for your participation. I'm very happy that many of you join us early in the morning and responses with likes and love and your kind words in the comment box. Please continue to help. Please continue to thank our speaker, Brother Siang Chye. And we have come to the end of this 80th online Sunday Buddha Puja service. We will continue with the Sunday Buddha Puja service next Sunday, 27th of February. Please refer to the SJVA Facebook or your own society's Facebook for the information. Please continue to stay safe with your family. May you and family be safe, well, happy and peaceful always. Sukhi Hontu, goodbye. Sabbe Sata Sukita Hontu.
Bahung sahan semabhinim mita sayudantang ngirimi kelang udita Sasene marang